Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Deetra Kaifas here from Colorful Concrete Solutions in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. Deetra, thank you for jumping on with me.
Thank you, Stacie, for having me.
It's my pleasure. I would love to, first of all, thank you for your service. You're a veteran, so thank you so much for your service. And also, I'd love to
Yes,
talk to you about Colorful Concrete Solutions. Is that okay if we talk about your business?
sounds great.
All right, here we go. When people ask you how you describe Colorful Concrete Solutions, how do you describe your business?
I describe it as a service that we provide that repairs, restores, protects, and extends the life of concrete surfaces. And those are primarily relating to garages, patios, porches, pool decks, basements, many commercial applications as well.
Okay, awesome. So you're working both in residential and commercial, both inside and outside, preserving and
Correct.
restoring. And I also like what you said, protecting the surfaces as well. And I'll have you get a little bit more into that in a bit. What were your plans when you started the business? Now I know you've been in the industry a while. You took over this business and bought it in 2020. What were your plans when you started, and how has it changed in the past 3 years?
Well, our plan was to continue business as usual, but then expand some of the different services and products that we provide. Of course, COVID hit right when we were buying the company, and so that changed our game plan originally, and actually carried on into the next couple of years, just simply because of um, not being able to get product, not being able to get certain colors, things of that nature. But today we are up and running full force. We have everything that we need, and there are no delays, which we're really excited about. And the industry as a whole, I think, is really excited about. When we very first started, we just simply wanted to improve the quality and the number of services that we were able to bring to the marketplace. And we've done that, and we are continuing to do that today.
Gosh, congratulations on the growth, especially through such a challenging time. And when you say no delay, that's like music to everyone's ears because we've actually expected that. So congratulations. So Deidre, what is the biggest way that you impact the community?
Well, some of the things that we do in order to impact the community, the obvious is that we do make boring, dull concrete look beautiful. And so, when it comes to homeowners, our floors, they retain their value. And so for somebody who is looking to make sure that their garage floor not only deteriorates over time, but maybe it already has deteriorated, and now this is the opportunity to restore it and give additional value to the home, whereas maybe a future buyer might be turned off by a concrete slab that just doesn't look very beautiful. So that's kind of the obvious. Within the business world, we're able to bring antibacterial, graffiti proof solutions that brighten a workspace or simply make it a more clean, conducive to business workspace. Some of the more, I guess, behind the scenes things that we do, you mentioned my service in the military. We do provide military discounts. We really value that men and women from throughout our community, throughout our country, really have served in numerous ways, and that there's great value in that. And so we like to honor that and respect that, and give something back in that way. We do donations to the veteran organizations that help our soldiers find their way back if they're coming back and struggling. There's a couple in particular that really focus on suicide prevention. And in that sense, it goes beyond our veterans, because suicide is such an influence within our community that we want to make sure that individuals not only know that there are resources, but are encouraged to take advantage of those and to get the help that they need before an attempt or a loss takes place. We want to be a part of our community, and so we're part of our local chambers of commerce, and we try to volunteer whenever we can and participate in those events. And that's our way of being able to be an integrated part of the community, both individually as business owners, but then also as an organization that supports what we have going on here in Southeast Wisconsin.
So many great ways. Thank you. I just want to expand upon that. I know we talk about, making people feel safe, and part of that, like you're donating and your time and whatnot to the suicide prevention, but there's also a different way that you're making people feel safe with this what is it called? The micro cover? Can you
MicroGuard.
micro guard? Yeah. Can you talk a little bit more about that? I think that's really, really interesting to use both in a commercial setting and a personal setting.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is something that we're actually really excited about. We kind of had to look at what we were going to be doing this year, and what we decided was we were going to use this year to really identify exactly what was working for us and how we could set ourselves apart. And we're really fortunate that we were selected as just a handful of individuals throughout the entire state that have rights to use this product called MicroGuard. And it's a product made available by a company called Adsel. Adsel bought the rights to it, and it was actually engineered by an engineer from NASA for NASA purposes.
Wow.
Yeah, so its applications are endless, with the exception of wood and plastic. It can be applied to any hard surface, and it does become graffiti proof. It's antibacterial. It meets all standards within the food field as well as within the medical field. So if you take that kind of, we'll call it the guard,
Yeah.
right, of your concrete and tile and other surfaces against those hazards, then even in manufacturing facilities, it has a great application there within a retail store, any place, pool decks, within your local gyms, things of that nature, dressing rooms, stuff, those are all areas where you go into them and you want to know that it's going to be clean and that you're going to be safeguarded. And then add to that this particular surface protectant, it's a sealant, you can spray paint on it. You can put Sharpie marker on it, and it's going to wipe off with a microcloth. Those types of things, there's such great value in that, and it literally pays for itself within 18 months. So for our commercial business sector here in Southeast Wisconsin, this will be something brand new that they've never seen before. It's a proprietary product, and it will not only protect surfaces, but it will add so much additional benefit that will give back many, many times over.
Absolutely. From a germ point of view. And then I also think from a psychological point of view, when a place looks dirty, you might not care for it as well, or you might not behave as well in that business setting. Other people come in, they're like, oh, they're not taking care of this. Why should I? So it really, I think, does increase the culture altogether, I think of this from
I
all.
absolutely agree.
Yeah, really cool. So huge ways you're impacting the community. Thank you for sharing that. I know I pushed a little bit, but I think it's so important for people to know all the great things that you're doing. So what is one
Thank
challenge
you.
that you have faced over the past 3 years that other business owners can learn from?
I think that diversification of your services. When we first took the company, there were really only two areas that the company was focusing on, and that was primarily the chip system. They were offering 2 colors as an option. We've expanded that to having 6 or more color options being available. We've upgraded the materials that we use. Most people are familiar, if they're talking about a chip or a flake system, whether it be in residential, commercial, indoor, outdoor, they're familiar with a 1/4-inch size flake. And what we use is a hybrid torgonol flake, torgonol is the name to beat when it comes to these flakes. We want to make sure that our clients are able to match the interior and exterior floor that we are installing to the ambiance and the color, more of an approach of interior and exterior decorating,
Yep.
rather than just saying, here's something that we're going to put on the floor, and these are our limited colors that we can work with. Or we'll pick the color while we're standing inside of the garage, not taking into consideration the outside of the garage. Same thing within a business environment. You want to be able to play out your brand and your colors, and we're able to do that with our clients, whether it be a solid tint, using those flake systems, going for more of a industrial or retro look, or something that's going to be a little bit more rustic look. We can do that with our grind and polish, apply that micro guard, and now we've got a safe environment to be conducting business. And yeah, there's just a lot of things that we wanted to give consideration to how we were going to improve over what had been in the past. And this year we really hit a reset to take what we had learned in the previous years and come out stronger. We're using only the top premium materials, including the polyaspartics, the polyureas, and educating our clients. Most clients, they just simply don't know what they don't know. And so we take the time to be very thorough and help them make decisions on knowledge rather than marketing, if you will.
Very, very valuable. Thank you. So, Deidre, what does the future look like to you? And do you have an exit plan?
I will say that we have a soft exit plan. I will say that it's down the road, but it is something that we recognize that as owners of the company, we want to be able to use this company as an opportunity to build solid relationships in the community. And when we treat our clients right, we know that they will treat us right, and that will help the company continue to grow. As far as us not being a part of the company, I don't see that happening anytime in the near future, because again, we're very vested in our community and in the clients that we serve. Our roles may change. Sure. But even that, I don't think is going to happen anytime soon, because we're really enjoying what we're doing and the people that we get to serve.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So my final question for you today is, all subjects open, what inspires you most?
Without question, it is my family. I would have probably not had that be my answer a few years ago. I'm a really big believer in understanding what your values are. And for me, my top values are my family and integrity. And so staying true to that line of integrity, that is a non-negotiable for me. And then also just being there with my family as much as I possibly can. We're on that next generation. We have a granddaughter that I want to be able to enjoy watching her grow up and show her that that Nana D can do things that that others may have questioned whether or not a woman could do. And I want her to be able to see that the world is open to possibilities. So yeah, we're very excited about just making more memories with our children and spending as much time as we can in true, authentic relationships. And sometimes the family that we were born into or that we created isn't the only family that we count among our blessings. We've got a lot of people in our lives, including as a ownership group, that we consider each other family. And I think that makes it a stronger organization and a lot more fun to be a part of.
Absolutely. That's absolutely beautiful. So if somebody wants to get in touch with you and take advantage of your services, learn more about what you offer, what's the best way for them to connect?
Best way would be either by phone or by our website. And our phone number is 262-287-2041.
Okay.
Our website address is as simple as our name, colorfulconcretesolutions.com. We try to keep things simple.
Perfect. And they can check out pictures on social media as well as the website?
Yeah, we need to do a little bit more with our social media, but there is plenty that is out there, especially on Facebook. We've got some videos that are on YouTube, and it's my business partner, Jared, is actually speaking to many questions that our clients often have, and he's answering those questions and keeping things kind of light and simple. And
perfect.
Just give me a call. I'm happy to answer any questions and make sure that people feel confident in the decisions that they make. Even if they're not choosing to work with us, at least they know that they're making a good informed decision.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your business, for your integrity, and just doing great things in our community, Deidre.
Thank you so much, Stacie. Really, it's been a pleasure.